生まれ変わる今ここで仰いでいた空越えていく握りしめた手のひらのその中に希望があったんだ目の前に広がる景色全部が実はちっぽけだったと気づいた例えば君と出会えば簡単に世界はひっくり返る
Hey Farid, what are you watching?
I'm watching anime. You want to join me?
Okay, let's watch together. Oh, nice. Good.
3 hours later.
I go back first. Assalamualaikum.
Okay.
Safi keep watching anime, but yeah, he managed to get 4th flat and missed out at the study desk staring at the bonus. Oh, by the way, I wonder, is watching anime can improve my CGPA if it is so entertaining and stressless? Where's Safi? Don't tell me that there is an enjoyable way to improve my CGPA.
Okay. You explain the pie chart of gender and cost of the student. Hey. Azizo. You explain about hours spent per week for the CFS student for the female, and the Safi for the male, and Amin. You explain about the CGPA of the student. Hi. Chicken. And I will explain about imagination level of the student.
4 to 6 more days later.
It is generally known that some of the university students nowadays have a lot of free time. Here we want to highlight on the watching anime, specifically cartoon from Japan. We believe that watching anime can influence their imagination level of the students. So we carried out this survey to prove our statement that the longer they watch the anime, the higher imagination level they get. Our survey is spread out through the WhatsApp. From the survey conducted, there are 307 students that had taken this survey. The sampling method that we use to select the data randomly is stratified sampling method. The number of students taken from the survey as the sample size are 100 students.
First of all, I will present to you guys about two pie charts. First is pie chart of the gender of the student. 50% of the pie chart represent 50 respondents, which is male, and the other 50% of the pie chart represent 50 respondents, which is female. There is no mood in the pie chart as the number of female respondents and male respondents is equal. Second is pie chart of the courses of the student. 83% of the pie chart represent 83 respondents from the science course, and the 70% of the pie chart represent 17 respondents from the arts course. The mood for the pie chart is science course.
So, I will continue to present the graph of total hours spent by self as I am a student watching anime in 1 week. And for me, I will present about male students. In this graph, we can see that the highest peak is the 1 hour. This means that most students spend only 1 hour in a week to watch anime, and this is the mode of the graph. And in the contrary, the lowest peak of the graph is the 9 hours. Only one student spend 9 hours to watch anime in a week. For the mean or the average of the graph is 3.94, and the next is the median of the graph is 3, and finally the standard deviation of the graph is 3.26.
Okay, for my part, I will explain to you on total hours spent watching anime per week by female students. So as you can see here, the mode for the graph is 0 hours, which means that most of the female students from our sample do not watch anime. Next, the median is 2 hours and the mean is 2.96 hours, which is lower than the total hours spent by male students. And last but not least, our standard deviation for this graph is 3.12 hours.
Okay, now I am going to explain to you about the CGPA graph. Basically, our sample has 100 and we divide it equally, which is 50 students from the male and 50 students from the female. Now, we construct the CGPA graph to look to make a difference between two genders. Basically, these two genders has a same model class, which is 3.51 to 4.00 CGPA, and they also have a same mean, which is 3.34. Okay, but they have a slightly difference in value of median, which is male has 3.47 and female has 3.37. But for the standard deviation, male has 0.499, whereas female has 0.396.
Next, this graph depicts the imagination level of the students. From this graph, the mode that we can get is 3, which is the most of the students who took the survey got the imagination level 3. Next, the median of this graph also 3.
From all the data collected in this survey, time spent watching anime different for each of them. With the imagination level of students all differ, and this can be seen from the graph. The longer the time spent watching anime, the higher imagination level. This is opposite to the graph of imagination level and CGPA of students. From the graph, we know that CGPA is not affected by the imagination level, even though the students has imagination level of 1. Their average CGPA is higher than students who have imagination level of 5.
Assalamualaikum brother. I heard you make survey on anime that can influence our study. Let me tell you, anime doesn't even affect our study. The only thing that affect our study is our hard work and dedication. You want to learn with me? Okay.
From the Islamic point of view, Muslims must take care of their time wisely. This is as stated in the Quran, Surah Al-Asr, Surah number 103. Allah has sworn upon the time that mankind is in a state of loss, except for those who are remaining with patience and truth. From this surah, Muslims must always fill their time with beneficial activity. This is also accurate to an Arabic quotation. Time is like a sword. If you do not cut it, then it will cut you. This means watching anime will not become a bad influence, but it will be a skipper stone for a person to change his or her life. By taking the only good value, both surah and quote above can be fulfilled.